final word on Poch, specifically Enzo. Are we? Do we get a sense of something going on there, or is this just all in my head? That I would have thought in a game like this, I would have expected Poch to expect Enzo Fernandez to take a bigger role, more of a because this is look we've talked about how this is a young team and there's only the two veteran leaders, plus maybe Reece James has been there a while, but Enzo is a natural leader, right? We feel that.
Yeah.
We saw him getting in Poch's face before. It could be a big brother, little brother thing. Everything's fine.
He took him off against Spurs as well when they were 11
That's
what
I'm driving at. That's twice, right?
Yeah, when against Spurs, he had the quality to play those balls.
And you're seeing that. Well, I was shocked against Spurs because if there's anybody who can do this, it's him.
100%.
And then you see your number come up for Mikhailo Mudryk, who didn't play badly. I just want to give him, did a lot of running, but. What's going on? Do we think there's something there, or are we just media stirring up trouble?
Look, ultimately, Enzo is still a young kid. He's come on a massive fee. He's got a lot of living up to do, and I think he's just bedding into the game. I've seen good flashes from this season, and Pochettino probably obviously wants a little bit more from him, but I don't know. I think there's maybe a kind of a specific dynamic there because they both got this Argentinian background. I don't think there's a problem there.
Yeah, and I don't think I agree with that. I don't think it's a problem either. But I think it shows, it could be the old coaching stereotype that Pochettino's maybe harder on Enzo because he wants more from him, and also because maybe he feels like he knows Enzo more. He can demand more of him. He knows where the line is to push him.
Yeah.
For me, when I look at this Chelsea as a collective, Enzo's one of those guys who has to perform if they're going to go to the next level. It's not negotiable. I mean, you can go and get...
It's got nothing to do with Gallagher's freedom and position, because the fact that Gallagher can basically, which is fine because he's got all that energy, we said, he's not my cup of tea, but I can understand what Poch likes in him. The problem is that structure in midfield is Caicedo and Enzo are there, and then Gallagher is a bit everywhere. Right. And could that be preventing Enzo from really giving his best? Because there would be a lot, just to finish before you go, because there's a lot of spaces where Enzo would go, but Gallagher is already there because Gallagher has that kind of freedom that he doesn't have.
I think that's a really good point. I think it's more of a tactical in the weeds point. But earlier this season, Enzo was playing higher as an attacking midfielder effectively. I think I don't think that's his position. I don't think that's good for him. I don't think it's good getting the ball on the half turn. He's not going to dribble around anybody, and you lose his passing from deep, right? Which is one of the things that really makes him special. So by moving him back, I was hoping you can still get his Lampard-esque runs and whatnot. To do that, Gallagher has to know when to get out of the way and clear the space for him. And I think that's what Pochettino's working towards, and I think that's the role that maybe Nkunku will fill.
This is Nkunku makes a difference. So when he comes into the team, that makes a difference. That the jigsaw begins to come together. Then I think.
Yes. Well, we have to see how long it takes Nkunku to get match fit. But I have to say, like, somebody goes to Stamford Bridge often. The lift here is big, and this is really, really important. This is like a W for Pochettino. Yep. I'm not saying fans are turning on Pochettino, but fans are not happy with many of the players. Not happy with the direction the team is going. They're not blaming Pochettino yet, but a game like this shows that
it's his first season. It's November,
they've played Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and 12 Spurs, games. And they haven't lost.
They also played Luton and Forest
I know, but they beat Luton. No, but they clearly struggle more against teams that will leave them the ball because, as we said, they don't have yet that structure and those patterns of play.
They've played 12 league games, and I know what you're saying about the fans. Easy for us, isn't it? It's 12 league games. You can't build a team in 12 games, especially when your big summer signing is not played. And they've signed so many players that have got to bed in. I mean, they've signed how many players in the last 2-3 windows? I mean, it's insane. So 12 games in, I think that was a massive sign of progress against City and against Tottenham. That all of a sudden they're looking a lot better than many people thought they would do by this stage of the season, considering the upheaval they've had.
So you think many people expected them to be lower than 10th?
No, they've had a great
start.
They've got 16 points in 12 games.
I hope you become a billionaire so I can work for you one day, Mark, because you're going to be the nicest boss in the world.
Let's see the next 12 games.
Unless it's United, of course.
Judge on the next 12 games. I think there's signs of progress there, and I think the signs of progress, in terms of results and the collective and the spirit.
Okay. Halfway through the season. Let's see halfway through the season.
You know what? It's funny. All right, I will let you go in a minute. You're not here for this quick hit, so don't say anything. But What you said there reminds me of what Eric Ten Hag said.
I'll behave.
About
Yeah,
with all the
he told you to
setbacks we
behave.
had, we're still near the top 4, right? So there's many reasons to be optimistic. And I think this is exactly like the spin that you're putting on it.
No,
So
hang on.
if you're going to say this about Pochettino, you got to say it about Ten Hag as well.
I've not seen a Man United performance that's similar to that one yesterday. Fight goals. I mean,
Okay, all right.
they haven't. At
Goals?
least Chelsea are scoring goals.
You just finished telling us how they were all down to mistakes, but whatever.
It's not goals.
Mark, thanks so much.